A mother of 6 who's disabled spent the last 2 months with no place to call home.
She broke her leg in an accident just a few years after her daughter was shot to death, but some healing...
Yikes. She broke her leg a few years after her daughter was shot to death. He's black femicide, man.
Her daughter was shot to death, but some healing and better fortune is coming her way. As Local 12's Luke Jones tells us, tomorrow she gets the keys to a new apartment.
Just don't carjack the woman while she's taking you to your new apartment.
Right.
Like, if we can do, let's start there. Don't carjack her as she's taking you to your new apartment. And the bar is that low. Can you do that?
Patience is a virtue.
And Patrice Shears knows something about patience. She's been waiting 4 years for justice for her daughter, gunned down celebrating her 21st birthday in 2018.
That was the worst feeling ever.
And she's been waiting 2 months for a place to call home. In January, she broke her leg in a nasty car accident. While she lay recovering in the hospital, her landlord evicted her and 4 of her kids.
He wanted me out because his place was getting taken already. It was a lien on it.
Finally, after 2 months of searching for a place she could afford,
stayed at a couple of friends' house, my parents' house.
And a few nights living with her children in a car, Shears is getting ready to move into this Mount Airy apartment. It's being paid for by nonprofits the group Neighborhoods United teamed up with. But although Shears will now have a home,
it took a long time.
Brian Gary says there are still plenty of others not as lucky.
These investors are buying up.
So this is the guy that got her this fucking house. Why do you Gladys do this shit? She ain't gonna do nothing but call you a racist the next time your fucking son T gets shot by a cop in some city somewhere. She's not gonna do nothing but turn and say the whole country's racist and all the white people are racist. Just don't know why you Gladys do this shit, man.
About to say some of the dumbest shit. I know it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, these people, these Gladys. I mean, God. Some people, the Sun community was willing to let her and her 4 kids sleep in a car. No one's talking about that. The Sun community was willing to let her and those 4 kids sleep in the car. We were fine with that. This white guy comes along, gives her a place to stay, and it's fucking...
Yeah, friends and parents couldn't let them stay. Had to make them stay in a car.
The grandparents put them out on the street.
Baby daddy.
Or baby daddy, right.
It takes a village, Jack.
Yeah, it takes a village of white people.
Not as lucky.
These investors are buying up our neighborhoods, and then that housing is not available for families like Patrice because they're pricing people out there, gentrifying the neighborhoods.
Just this morning, the head of Cincinnati's Port Authority testified about that problem before the Senate. For Gary, the solution is simple.
We're imploring the city that they should actually buy these properties in the neighborhoods and keep them affordable.
Because until that happens,
it feels great. It feels great.
Basically, the taxpayer pay for it.
Right. We're already paying for her and her 4 children. She doesn't work. Right?
Exactly.
She's had a whole bunch of children she knew she couldn't afford. Baby daddy's not helping her. Family's not helping her. So why do we taxpayers have to help her? She doesn't have access to birth control.
Well, the taxpayers are only going to get 20% of their money actually going to that, because the rest of it's going to go to administrative costs for these people to pay their salaries.
And she's probably had as many abortions as she has kids, and the taxpayer pays for that as well. So.
Right.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Go ahead, man.
Okay. Do you know why there was a lien on that building she was in? Because the fucking federal government told everybody you can't fucking kick people out for not paying their rent during COVID.
Right.
Right.
That guy went a year and a half getting no rent money from any of his properties.
And you know niggas will take advantage of that shit. Once they hear you don't gotta pay rent, it's over.
He still had to pay his bills and getting no income.
Yeah, he still got a note.
And I'm getting tired of hearing about gentrification as well. Gentrification helps improve the value of these areas. This woman does not.
Absolutely.
Would you want her living beside you? No.
Hell to the no.
Her brood, she comes in with a brood. She's already got one daughter that's been gunned down in the streets.
Or them super gremlin kids.
Right, her family didn't even want them. Why do you think she was sleeping in the car?
Her brood, oh my God. Her brood, listen, golly, man. I mean, and then knowing that, like, she's the type of woman that they're running in the streets and they're doing what they're doing, and she doesn't give a fuck what they're doing. Like, she's not like, y'all better not be out there. She just doesn't give a fuck. Then you come to her, hey, your fucking kid, XYZ, did this, blah, blah, blah shit. And then she won't hit you with that fucking cane she got.
Not my kid. Not my babies.
Hey, you want to keep blaming this on gliders, but who keeps knocking her up? Because it ain't gliders, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, these niggas will hit anything.
This shit
really will.
every week. She's swimming in brother sperm, man.
Feels great. It feels great.
Those great feelings may be few and far between for Cincinnati's poorest. In Mount Airy, Luke Jones, Local 12 News.
And see, they don't mind.
Patrice is spending the night in a hotel.
Because her brood, and look at her, these are the ones that keep the federal pipeline going, the prison pipeline going, right? You think she's raising her children properly? Are they going to? Yeah, very unlikely. But these are the women
she's shooting them into prison like a Glock.
Right. These are the women that keep that prison pipeline going. So the government doesn't mind helping them. But the thing about it is these are the same women who will scream and yell about discrimination, racism, gender discrimination, all this. How many grown men who are out there working have they helped like this?
No, they nothing, not much to help the men, but the men get to commit crimes over and over again and get out. So the son men got their own breaks, you know.
It's just an ongoing circle. It's never going to be broken.
Yeah, this is scary, man. This is dangerous cities right here on the low too. Like, yikes. Jesus Christ, dangerous city, man. Damn. Listen.